Hello, everyone. This is day three or video three of our extended e-learning videos that we wanted to provide you guys. This is our first Friday video that's posted to this channel so that you guys can see maybe some tips and tricks as we're going through this new experiment of extended e-learning. It's kind of what it looks like and how you guys can maybe tackle it, make it a little bit more manageable. So today I'm just going to jump right in and maybe show you some quick tips, tricks within Canvas that can help out with your e-learning day assignments and what you're assigning to students and how it may be streamlined a little bit to organize it for both yourself and for your students. So I'm going to jump right into my e-learning examples course. And here I am set up in modules. So I made my home page on this right-hand side. I chose it to be my course modules. I can only choose it to be my course modules if I've already created one. So you can see here, I already have a module in here that we're going to kind of show and work with today. But if you wanted to find modules, it's on this left-hand side. Right now, it's not visible within the course to just navigate to, unless it's your home page, to students. I can change that by going to settings. And then across the top, there's a navigation spot. I can drag and drop any of these to be available to see for students. So one of the reasons it's not visible right now is because I don't have anything published within it. There's no content available for it. So it just automatically takes it out. But if you do happen to find something where it's in this, so if modules was down here in this bottom section, it wouldn't be available for them to see um, this module section unless it was dragged up to this top. So I'm going to make it the number 3 thing there. As you can see, I'm going to hit save. And then once I provide content within this module's location, or once it's published, so you can see this is not published, then it'll be visible for students to navigate to. So just a couple things before we jump in. So, I've always advocated modules as being one of the main locations and main uses for e-learning, just because of the way that you can kind of organize it to pace students through maybe different lessons or different ideas that you have for an e-learning day. So I just went ahead and created a module, and you do that by clicking this plus module up at the top. I can name it, and then I can also add prerequisites to opening that module before they go through. So if I wanted to name this e-learning March 21st, I can create it and I can lock it until that day. So I can unlock on the 21st, let's say, and it won't open until that day comes about. I can leave it open as well and just keep it available there and just wait to publish it, but either way. So prereqs are also things that they may have to have completed before it opens the next day, or things that they may have to do before they get to see the next assignment. So for example, if I had multiple modules in here, and let's say I'm pacing them through, this next couple weeks of e-learning, I could require certain things to be done before they're able to open a new module or a new day. And I can make that a requirement. So they can't jump ahead to, let's say, when we get to April, they can't just go straight to the April assignments. They need to go through some of the assignments that have already been posted to build up to that learning. So I can do that once I create the module. I'm going to go ahead and cancel this and keep working within the one we have. So I started this one, just called it e-learning. And this is good to, I would say, do daily. So for each day, create a brand new module to work with. So if I wanted to create one for today, it'd be 320. And by creating that, it sets it for a module day that they can go through. And again, you can also create those prereqs where they won't be able to access next Monday's module until they complete this one. So again, builds up that learning a little bit, allows them to pace themselves through it. And also at the same time, I think it can make it less daunting for students. If they're not able to get internet access but one day a week, or they're struggling to get consistent internet access, it also can kind of keep it limited for them to know, hey, I only have to tackle a couple days at a time, as opposed to, here's 2 weeks worth of work that is now sitting in front of me that I have to go through. But you know your students best in that sense. So take discretion however you see fit for your students as they want to tackle that. So once I name it for that individual day, my suggestion for any of these modules or any of these early e-learning days, the first assignment, make it the e-learning attendance assignment. And that is simple by just creating an assignment. And I'll show you this assignment as well. By just creating this assignment, giving them record your name for e-learning attendance 4. We'll change that to 320. That's the guidance. It's not worth any points. You can make it worth a point, and that'll make it easy to see in the gradebook whether or not they did it, yes or no, whether they have 1 point or they don't. And that's pretty simple to kind of see. You can put this in a specific assignment group. So if you want to create a whole assignment group for attendance, you can. Display as points, all these different types, but all I would make it is a text entry box. It's online, it's text entry, and it's assigned to everyone. So all they have to do is go in, type their name. And you can provide more provisions here within this description that, by signing your name, you acknowledge you were here for this attendance day for this day. And by doing that, once they sign their name and they submit, you now have a record of they completed that first assignment for the attendance for that day. So at that point, it would unlock and allow them to see the next assignment and to go forward. And I'll show you how to set that up here really quick. So I'm going to hit save. And again, that's just a suggestion on any of these e-learning assignments on that very first part of the module. Just make the first thing attendance so that they can get to the assignment after they fill out of attendance. Okay, so I just created another assignment, just e-learning today. This is where I would put my assignment for that day. If I had something specific, if I had something that I wanted to provide to them, maybe I just want to give them a video. Maybe I just want to provide them with some information. I can do that as well. But if I have a specific assignment, I want something for them to reply to. I can provide a no submission. I can provide a online response, so a text entry, maybe a media recording back. So we talked about Flipgrid earlier this week. You can also have them record themselves back and submit it to Canvas, and that's going to limit it to only you and the student being able to see that video instead of the whole class like in Flipgrid. It's only going to be you and them seeing that video. So you can have them do that. They can record themselves on their iPad, submit it right back to you through Canvas, and boom, response, face-to-face response even. Verbal quizzing type applications there. So just some ideas. Not a group assignment, doesn't need a peer review, but you can absolutely turn those things on if you're thinking I want a video or piece of work sent among people. Sync PowerSchool, and then who am I assigning it to? We've kind of gone through all those steps before, and if you haven't seen those, just let me know and I can reference them back to some other videos that we have. So a couple things I want to show you here in this text box that you may want to add to an assignment that you have. Maybe some text, but then also a video. So if I wanted to provide some text or embed an assignment worksheet, maybe that I already have out there, but I also wanted to provide a video of me explaining the assignment for them to complete, I can do both of those things. So across the top, you see all these options. These are great. Let's say I already have, a YouTube clip I want them to watch. I can insert something there. So if I have an embed or an embed code, or I have a source, I can put in a URL here. Or I can add certain things that I may already have out there. If I wanted to add, we've talked about inserting embedding assignments before. I would just go to this Google Apps location and find within my Google app or within my Google Drive the document I want to embed. So this is not something they can interact with. We've talked about this before on the channel, but not something that they can interact with, but maybe just for informational purposes. Here's the assignment, take a look at it. Here it is embedded. So I'd find the assignment Google Drive, click this embed link, boom, it's dropped right in. They can look at it. They can't interact with it. But let's say I also have if I want to tag in a video, if I had a video maybe that I want to embed into a Canvas document like this, then I can throw in any of these videos that I have here. I can throw in any video that I have already linked in here that I want to throw in to allow students to see. So I can pull a video I may already have in there. I can hit embed. It's going to embed that video right in there for them. So if I have a video I've already recorded, put it into Google Drive, I want them to see it, maybe as an explanation alongside that document I already have. You explain. Always a good thing to include your voice, your face, especially in this extended time, to communicate with students. So always a good opportunity, always a good idea. The other thing is, maybe you don't have a video already prepared. You just want to record one right now, right quick, get it to them, and let it go. Right beside this down facing caret, there's it almost looks like a YouTube symbol. If I click that, I can record media. So now it sees me. I can wave. I can record that. Webcam, mic, it's going to hear me. I hit start recording. Give me that countdown. I record that information. Once I get to a point where I'm done, I can hit finish. It's going to allow me to preview. I can title it, and then I can hit save. It's going to think through it here. Here's the link. Okay, it'll give them that link. They can access that content. They can see it right then and there. So if you're doing it on the fly, doing it that morning, anytime, this time extended e-learning or e-learning in the future, it'll throw it right in there so that they can see your video to go into there. I can add any of these assignment pieces again, just like any other assignment you might create. Hit save, and actually we'll add something. Hit save, and it's going to add that in there. So let's say within that module, I want to make sure that they do these assignments in order. And this will be the last thing. I know this video is getting a little bit longer, but last thing before we jump out. So in this module, I want to make sure they do the attendance before they actually jump into the assignment. I want to make sure they complete the attendance before they complete the actual assignment itself. I can go into this module, hit edit, and then I'm going to add a requirement. And they must complete all these requirements, and they must do it in sequential order. So it's going to start them at the beginning of the module, and they have to go through each piece to get to the end of the module. Okay. Let's say you're just providing them a video, and you just want to make sure that they do the e-learning attendance. I'm going to say they must complete one of these requirements, and they can either view the item, but I would say submit the assignment, especially if you're doing the attendance part. They have to submit it. Okay, that's the requirement for that module, for them to be complete with that module. So I would do sequential order because you're most likely going to have multiple things within that module for them to complete. So start with the learning attendance and then have them move through the rest of the assignments that are required in there. So I know, again, long video. Just want to provide you with some ideas as you're looking at these extended e-learning days. And hopefully these first 2 days of e-learning have been manageable and you've been able to work through them. Again, do not hesitate to reach out to Nate and I as we go into the weekend and into our week 2 of e-learning days. Just let us know, and again, we'll try to be timely in our responses. Thanks again, and have a great weekend.